Hello, good evening, everyone. We are back here in live streaming. Today is the semi-finals, I guess so. Hello, good evening, everyone. Yes, I'm here. And you guys are waiting for me. I'm glad that you were there. So today's games are already started. We have started a little bit late because we are going to stream not only about the World Cup, but we will be covering Chessable Masters also. Means where our Indian stars will be playing. Hari Krishna is playing, Adiban is playing, and Koniro Hampi is also playing. Of course, other people are also there. So, but we will be covering everything. Himank is also here. Good to have you, Himank. And d5, knight c3, dc4, and the games have started. They Miss Carlsen has sacrificed one pawn, but usually this pawn is sacrificed in order to get a lot of play. You can see that activity is there. This bishop is also active, this bishop is also active. Queen can always get active. He gets it in the center of the board. Queen to e2, castles, and then bishop g5 was played, and after this h6, bishop h4, bishop e7. You can already see that for the sacrificed pawn, white's pieces are very quickly back in the game. Yes, Himank, we will make some videos also. We'll make some videos from tomorrow for sure. And from tomorrow I will not be streaming that much. Well, that much means not that long hours. So we will focus on the, of course, on videos. So this is the position on the board. Magnus is, maybe Magnus might go for bishop into c6, b into c6, and it looks kind of equal, right? It looks kind of equal in this position. Let's suppose he captures on bishop into c6, b into c6, and then what can we do here in this position? Capture, and then maybe knight to e4 will be played so that knight can come on c5 square. We don't need to capture this bishop right now. Bishop might go back to this square, and or Magnus Carlsen's knight will be there in the center. The pawn is attacking on c6. This knight is also playing on c5 square, and well, it's an equal position. Well, he should not give open b file for the black, but what will you do now? You need to like ruin the pawn structure somehow. It's very important. If you don't ruin that structure, then how are you going to play in the situation? It's very important thing. See, now you have some targets here. c6 is there. Even if this is, let's somehow, if he defends, let's suppose he plays queen to d5 supporting the pawn over here. Another idea was also there to play queen to e8, but this looks very passive. That's why I was not really talking about this thing. Another idea is, of course, bishop b7. He can always try to support the pawn on c6 square. This is one of the ideas, but we can put pressure, more pressure. Queen c2, we are attacking the pawn. c6 is being attacked, and now queen to d5, and our knight can come on the c5 square. So Magnus is definitely going to have some play with his knights over here. He will be putting some pressure on the holes, you can say, and that's how the position will be like this. And if anybody is here, don't forget to like this stream so that we can reach more people also here. We have started the streaming just now. I hope that will grow now in numbers slowly and gradually. Keep liking the stream. Okay, knight c5, and here bishop into c5. If you play d into c5, and okay, this bishop is not that active. The knight is very well placed in the center of the board. Queen is being attacked. Maybe queen needs to capture the pawn on this square, and then now you can say that okay, rook a1 will be played, queen will go back, b4 will be played, then rook can come to a3 square, followed by we can still start attacking on this side of the board. This is also one of the possibilities on the board. c5 pawn is protected. e5 pawn, e5 knight is also very nicely placed. The moment you play f6, the knight will be jumping around here. So black's bishop is the main problem over here. Yusuf Wakar is also here. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. And guys, I would like to say that our yeah, you are here, right? Let me know that you are here. Just send me hi, hello, something like that. Okay. From today, the tournaments means you can register for the tournament also. 50,000 cash prize tournament is here. So the tournament is on the 8th of August, so you can register for the tournament. Good evening, good evening. Yesterday we had some small streams yesterday, and I hope that you did enjoy. You did enjoy. And for tournament details and everything, I'm just going to share you the link. I hope that you will definitely do that thing. I have even shared the link, other links also, but still I'm going to share it in the description also. I have given the link. I hope that you will do it, and you will be the part of the tournament also. I'm gonna check my name in the tournament. You need to see your name is there in this thing, in the tournament club. If it's there in the tournament club, your name is there in the tournament. You just need to check it, that thing. Just see whether your name is there in the tournament club or not. Okay, coming back to this, Magnus is absolutely melting people in the classical chess. I mean, so far 10 games and 6 wins and 4 draws, so no losses, if I remember correctly. Yeah, correct. Like Magnus is playing really awesome chess. That's quite true. Okay, they have played some moves. Bishop into h4, and after that bishop into c6, b into c6, and queen c4 has been played. We're talking about this thing only, that the queen will be attacking over here. We were thinking that maybe knight d5 will be played, but he first goes for this thing. Knight e5 was also one of the possibilities to go for the pawn on c6 square, and now he is directly attacking the pawn on c6. How are you going to support this pawn? Please let me know. Please let me know. What will you play in this situation so that you can support the pawn on c6 square? Which move will you play? Bishop to b7 or d7, not sure though. Yeah, this is also possible here, bishop to d7 and bishop to b7, but let's suppose you play bishop b7. This looks a little bit weirdly placed, right? And there is a nice tactic also from white side. Let's see whether we can get the tactics from white side. Can you find out the tactics from the white side here in this situation? Because bishop b7 is a mistake, because see, there was some indirect attack on the bishop on h4 square. Knight is also attacking the bishop on h4 square, and there is only one piece which is supporting the bishop on h4. So what is going to happen over here? What is going to happen? Can you guess the move? Can you guess the move? There is something which is going to happen on the board. Which is that move? I think there is something which you can do in this position from the white side. That move is... can you tell me? Come on. Anyone who wants to tell me the move over here? I think the move is d5 square, d5 move. If you play d5, the thing is that even if you capture here, queen into h4 is coming. And if you capture here, white will be piece up in that situation. So, of course, hello Shari, good to have you here. And of course, he's not going to play that thing. Bishop will be coming back, and then white will be getting a piece for sure, d into c6, and then this piece will be falling because the rook on d1 is attacking the queen on d8 square. This is the thing which is going to happen over here, and you have to be careful about this thing. Guys, if you are new here, don't forget to like this stream, okay? Because the more you like, more people will also join us, and we'll enjoy more with everybody. We have just started streaming 10 minutes back, I guess so. So slowly people are coming over here. So after queen c4, he needs to take a good decision. He needs to do that thing because I think like as this is the thread, d5 is the main thread here, not only queens to c6. He needs to save the bishop. Maybe bishop f6 is a good idea, just putting some pressure over here. Maybe queen into c6 will be played, and after queen into c6, black can go for rook b8, bishop b7, and he will also try to put some pressure over here. Kaustubh Vaidya, hello Kaustubh, good to have you here. I hope Kaustubh, you will be the part of the tournament which we are going to conduct on 8th of August. Be the part of the tournament. Okay. If I play blitz, I would happily trade bishop for the knight right away. But here they are playing classical. So not sure how many moves these GMs are calculating in their head before each move. Yeah, that's true. But I will just tell you this thing that it's not that that they calculate 10 moves or 15 moves in advance. They usually calculate 4-5 moves only, but they understand which pieces to keep on the board and which pieces should be exchanged from the board. This is something which is very, very important. If you pay attention to these things, then it is easy for you. Okay, so the move has been played on the board, queen to c4, and then he played rook to b8 on the board. Like now d5 can be played. What is the solution after d5 over here? We need to figure it out. cd5, if you play, then queen into h4 is going to come on the board. I think then okay, d5 has, we have one move also. Like even if this dc6 is played, there is no piece which is being captured, so maybe the bishop can also go back in that situation. What do you think about it? Can anybody tell me what's your take? What's your take with this thing? Good evening, Subramaniam Vadlamani. Good to have you here. Rook to b8. Okay, what if we just capture the pawn? Of course, the b2 pawn will be hanging. So white, I don't think so. White is going to, means Magnus is going to give up the pawn on b2 square. He might play b3. Now bishop to e7 will be played. It means he will just go back, and then if we capture here, and then white will be in trouble, because after bishop to b7, the queen needs to move somewhere, and then after bishop into f3, g into f3, white's pawn structure around the king will be damaged. So this is not something which white would like to do. Definitely, I don't think so. c6 pawn will be captured by Magnus over here. We'll just leave the pawn there, and he will just keep on playing. Like another idea is also there, that we can just capture knight into h4, queen into h4, so that this bishop will be gone from the board, and then we can support the pawn with b3 move. This is something which we can play, because now knight will come to e4 square, followed by knight will come to c5 square, and white will have a very good hold of the position. Would play knight to e5 as no threats there right now. It's good chance to develop the piece further. Yeah, knight e5 is also very good option, but right now if you play knight to e5, the problem is like the b2 pawn is hanging, no? So he will happily capture the pawn on b2, because anyhow the pawn on c6 is a gone pawn. Black is not willing to support that pawn anyhow, or save that pawn anyhow, so he'll just give up that pawn. Knight into c6 if you play, then of course b2 is hanging over here, then he will move the queen also. White should be better, black should be better, just give a check, king will come here, move the queen somewhere, maybe on d6 square is a good idea. Yeah, we can play queen to d6, and black is having comfortable position here. Means I feel like white is not good. White is not at all good in this position. So coming back to the moves here, rook to b8 is there on the board. We will have a quick look at other game also, what's going on Fedoseev's game. Let's look at Fedoseev's game and figure out what are the things which are happening over there. Fedoseev is playing with the white pieces, Karjakin is playing with the black pieces, and they are in this position. Well, I'll go through the moves. d4 and f6, c4, e6, knight f3, d5 has been played, knight c3, c5, cd5, cd4, queen into d4, e into d5, bishop to g5, bishop e7, e3, castles, bishop e2, h6, bishop h4, knight c6, queen d3, queen b6, castles, rook to d8, and now knight b5 has been played. Bishop g4 is on the board, knight of d4, bishop into e2, queen into e2, a6, knight into c6, b into c6, knight c3 has been played on the board, and then queen to b4. Nice. Bishop g3 comes here, and knight e4, bishop comes back. Okay, like this, the position looks kind of balanced over here. The position looks quite kind of balanced. Let me know if you have any questions or something like that. Feel free to ask me any questions. I'm there to answer your questions. Okay, I'm there for you only. So they have exchanged the bishops over here. Rook has captured this pawn over here. And now the question is like, do you think that white will even go for knight into e4 in this position? It is a possibility. Kaustubh with the, yes, I teach one-on-one. You can contact me. You can contact me. On my website also, you can go incrediblechess.com, and then there you will get how to contact me. Okay. And you can be the part of the academy, I will say. Knight e4, d4, these are the two options over here, right? Yeah, we can go for this, queen into e4, and then I will bring my rook over here. Just put some pressure on the c6 pawn, plus a6 pawn is also under some pressures. But okay, black is kind of safe. He doesn't have any problems in this situation. Everything seems to be safe to me. And now queen will go back to e6 square, and now rook pawn will come to b3 square. Maybe white will just try to bring the pieces over here, and he will try to push. I think b3 is also not needed. We can just play rook to c2 in this situation, and just white will just miss. Fedoseev will just try to play rook c1, rook c2, and he will try to attack the pawn on c6 square. This is a possibility which can be done here. But okay, after rook d6, he played simple move, rook to c1. He did not go for here. He did not go for rook or knight into e4. He just played rook a c1 position. Okay, it is there on the board. What can we do about this move? Okay, now still the position looks okay to me. Nothing really great happened in this with rook a c1, just developing move. Kridan Bheda, why you not invite you any other for stream? Well, people conversation. Yeah, that's something which I want to do, but everybody is kind of busy. Whom to call for the stream? It's a big question. It's a big question. Okay, knight c3 is again one of the possibility we can capture over here, and then what will he do? Maybe c5, rook f c1. If it plays on the board, then You need to support this pawn. Two options are there. One is rook to c8 and another is rook to c6. Anyhow, we will be putting some pressure over here on the c5 pawn. This is one of the key movements, I must say. Okay, coming back to Magnus Carlsen's game, what they have done, after rook to b8, Magnus is just thinking over here. Today, Magnus has utilized a lot of time, you must say, because you can see like he is having 36 minutes and opponent is having more than 1 hour. So that's a huge time difference between Duda and Carlsen. Duda and Carlsen are having a lot of time difference over here. What is the best book for learning opening chess position? Well, for learning chess position, the best book, well, it's a very difficult question because usually for openings, books are not recommended. Usually for openings, you need to develop any opening, then you should use computer, or you can play through the games, and or you can do one more thing, like whatever the like strong players are playing, try to follow that thing, because books are basically written for the players who are much more stronger. Means, for maybe the way you are asking, I feel like you might be one of the ones who has just started playing chess or something like that. So for them, opening is not even recommended. You should study more of the middle game or end games, you can say, and you should study more of the tactical patterns, the tactical motifs, and you should try to solve lots of puzzles. If you do that thing, then definitely your game will definitely improve. Okay, it should improve in that case. Guys, do like the stream also here. If you like the stream, then it will encourage me to come live every single day. It's up to you to encourage me. Okay, here a few moves has been played. Knight into h4, and this is the situation on the board. b3 has been played there. Still, knight into h4 is a viable option in this position, which can be played. Knight into h4, queen into h4. These two possibilities are there. Still, I must say that queen into b3 is queen into c6 is not an option, because bishop b7 will come, and then bishop into f3 will be played, and white will not be in good position. Okay, we have talked about this both the games, and they are thinking very long games, I must say. And in these long games, you need to think. Okay, I'll talk a little bit about the opening phase. Would you like to listen about the opening phase? Can you please let me know? Can you please let me know? Should I talk about the opening phase? Come on. If you ask me, I will definitely try to explain about the opening phase which happened in this game, because this was an interesting opening, I must say. c4, and then this is called as, you know, when you play g3 after this thing, it will be Catalan, but he did not go for g3. Today he played knight to c3 move. By playing knight to, yes, talk about opening. Yes, let's talk about the opening phase. See here, knight c3 is played. We have seen many games in this World Cup where g3 has been played. When g3, bishop e7 is played, after bishop to g2, d into c4. We looked at many games in this World Cup only, which means this opening is converted into the Catalan opening, you must say. But now today, Carlsen did not go for g3. He played knight to c3, and after knight c3, he played d into c4. This kind of, you can say, Queen's Gambit accepted, and then he played e4, bishop to b4, and now bishop into c4. He sacrificed one pawn, and okay, another idea is also e3. e3 is one of the ideas which I know in this position, and after e3, players play a6, and then bishop to c4, then b5 is there, but usually c5 is first played here. And if you capture here, of course, like queen into d1, then knight into d1 or king into d1, both options are there. If bishop into c5 is played, white can just get his king to the e2 square, then the rook will come into the game, into game with rook d1, and it will have some pressure over here. Another option from white side before going to e2 is also to play a3 followed by b4 and then play bishop to b2. You can see these two bishops will be there on these two diagonals, and then after king d1 the rook will come on d1 square, the other a1 rook will also come on a1 square, and white will get some play. It's not like just white is the one who is getting the play here in this situation. Black can also play. Let's suppose you play this move, okay, then black can play b5. It will attack, he will attack the bishop over here. Bishop has two options, main options: bishop to a2, bishop to d3. Okay, bishop b2 is also one of the options, but we were considering this thing earlier also, that white needs to play king to e2 in order to bring the rook in the game, right? So I guess so bishop a2 will be played because white is threatening to play b4. If bishop b7 is played, then we can play king e2 because bishop into f3 and g into f3. This was the move which was threatened in this position, and after bishop into f3, now king f3 is there, so no need to worry about it. Abhishek Gupta has, okay, hello Abhishek Gupta, good to have you here. So now what should be done? Knight to c6, then b4 as we talked about, and then if you play bishop b6, then bishop b2 will come, rook a c1, rook fd1, and okay, this is a just normal position where white's king is in the center of the board, and after some time they will proceed with some interesting play. Maybe e4, e5 will be played to dislodge this bishop from this square, knights from this square on f6. This is something which might be happening in some time. So this was Queen's Gambit accepted its variation, I must say. e4 is played, and after this knight into e4, he gave up the pawn over here, castling, a very important move, and then he went back. Okay, I have a question, like if knight into c3 is played, if he tries to grab the material, then what will happen? What's your take on this position? Can anybody tell me in the chat? What's your take on this position? Take from queen, okay. Queen a4, yes, it's a possibility. Queen a4 can be played over here, giving the check to the king. This is a possibility, definitely. Anything else you feel like that? I think this rook can also be played here, right? In if you castles in this position, then okay. After you castle, I think queen can come to d3 square. If bishop a5 is played, then knight g5 attacking over here. Queen can just attack here. If g6 is played, then we can play queen to h3. H pawn is being attacked. I think h5 will be played, and after h5 we can go for the attack with g4 move. Also we have bishop to hold kind of in the middle game. Yeah, that's true, but white will be the one who will be in on offensive mode, because you can see black's pieces are stuck on this side of the board, on the queen side. They are not in the game. They're not in the game, and they are stuck over there on this side of the board. Correct? Okay, he's thinking. I'll just come back in 1 minute, okay? I'll just come back in 1 minute. Just wait for a while. Okay, I'm back. John Glenn Kambange is saying all Carlsen's time is used in calculating. Yeah, that's true. That's true. His time is being used. They are already, means Carlsen is already leading with 30 minutes in this position. Opponent is having more than 1 minute, 1 hour. That's true. Okay, so here we will have other games also. We will be looking at other games also. So let's have a quick look at the game. What did he play? He played a5 in this position, rook fd1. Okay, Fedoseev is not even exchanging, and Karjakin is also not exchanging the knight. They are saying like, okay, you exchange it, I won't exchange it, I'll just wait for a while. That's what they are thinking, maybe. That's why they are waiting. Maybe now if they are not going to, as the pawn on a6 is already pushed forward, the rook on a8 is more free. Rook can come to the e8 square, or maybe he can put rook to the b8 square, put pressure on b2 square. This is also something which can be played. Good to have you, Butterscotch. Yes, hello. Queen can capture, miss queen can we can put some pressure. Two options are there, rook e8, rook b8, putting some pressure over here. And what are you going to do about this thing? If you play rook b8, let's suppose you play this thing. This looks quite normal move to me. And one thing is there, whenever knight into e4 is played, we have to capture with the queen, because if we capture with the pawn, then the pawns will be detached from each other. Let's suppose you play this thing, you play this thing, and then after rook into d6, queen into d6, the pawns are a little bit split in this position. If the pawns are together on d5 and c6, maybe the pawns will be pushed forward, c5 will come on the board, and something will be interesting in that case. So as long as you have this thing here, you need to play like normal chess, I think so. So here he is thinking, and guys, you can ask me questions. Okay, don't forget to ask me any questions if you have, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions, right? Okay, we'll go back to Carlsen. Oh, bishop b7 has been played here, and now d5 will be played. What about d5 move? We are talking about d5 move, because here after d5 the queen will be capturing on h4, and knight will also be capturing here. I think d5 is a very good move. You missed this thing, I think so, because let's suppose you go back with your bishop. We already looked at this thing. The piece will be lost here. b7 or bishop on b7 is being attacked, plus the rook is attacking the queen on d8 square, and it will not be that good position for him. So it will be just lost. I think bishop to b7 and then d5. I think Carlsen is going to win the first game. That's what it feels. Otherwise here black needs to give up the piece here. Bishop into f2, and if king into f2 is played, then c into d5 will be played. And okay, what's there, like, okay, white is just piece up here in this position. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 pawns are there. 1 2 3 4 for the 3 pawns, 1 piece. Yeah, it's possible, it can be done like that. Karan Jindal, congratulations to everyone. Why congratulations to everyone? You can say like welcome everyone, or hello everyone. Congratulations. Oh, India hockey. Okay, you are talking about India hockey. That's what I was thinking, like what happened exactly. Well, I'm streaming, so can you please give me the update? I'm streaming since some time, and before this also I was in class, so I did not watch any match. What happened, Karan? Can you please give us some update? Can you give us some update? Oh, PV Sindhu, yes, I saw PV Sindhu. I saw, because before I started with the streaming, she won the bronze medal. That's true. And PV Sindhu is just too much amazing player. I think it is her back-to-back medal in the Olympics. Last time also she won the medal. This time also she won the medal. Yeah, yes, correct. So 3 pawns will be there. 3 pawns will be there against the piece, and white will be having 2 knights against black's bishop and 3 pawns. Do you think that this is a good compensation? What's your take on this position? Can you please tell me? Oops. Just 1 minute, guys. I dropped a lot of things. I dropped my full file of documents. It's a huge mess now. Anything happens with me. Anything happens with me. Okay, what's the update? And Team India against GB, Great Britain, 3-1, crushing into finals. Wow, that's great. That's great. We are into semis. That's good. That's good. Means Indian team will be like Magnus, Carlsen, or Duda and Christoph. I don't think Magnus would mind it. Yeah, we are going to see like whether he goes for this thing or not. But this looks like the most likely option. The d5 will be played, and then of course bishop into f2, and this position we might be looking at. So not this position, sorry. Which position we are talking about? Bishop into f2, cd5, and this position. We might be looking at this position after some time over here. Yeah. Do like the stream also, guys. Okay, and let's celebrate something. Are you there with me? Do let me know. Are you there with me? Okay, let's come back to the position. d5 will be played. That's our take on here. How many of you think like here d5 will be played? Yeah, feeling too much proud, right? Yeah, it's a proud moment for sure. India OP. Yep, yep. Okay, let's have a quick look at Fedoseev's opening play also. How did he play? E5. Okay, you are saying E5 in this position. D5. Okay, Butterscotch wants to play D5. Yes, definitely. Butterscotch D5 is the move which you should play, because after D5 move is played, the queen will be attacking the bishop over here. Queen is being attacked by 2 pieces over here, and bishop needs to go back to f6 square or bishop e7 square. These are the 2 options which are there. I think bishop if anywhere goes, f6 or e7, wherever you go, the piece will be lost, and it will be a huge loss because you are getting the pawns also. Another option is there is of course bishop into f2, giving up the piece straight away and getting some pawns. In this case black will be getting 2 pawns, and he already got 1 pawn, so there will be 3 pawns for white, and that should be good. Like either queen c5 or queen d4, these 2 options not allowing black to push his pawns forward is the likely option, I must say, in this position. 100 likes for this stream is big target, since Vidit is out of the tournament. Only the true chess lovers would come and watch the stream now. Yeah, that's true. Like and that too, especially my stream. My streams are not famous. I'm not a famous person, so if somebody is there who is looking at the stream, I'm really grateful for you guys, because you are there, you are watching the games with me. You are doing something awesome thing. Means that's what I feel like. You being there in the chat, it itself is a big achievement for our channel. Narendra ji, hello, good evening, good evening. Apna Mahi is also here. Good to have you here, Aditya. Okay, and the thing is that these players are playing very slow and steady chess without even thinking, means without worrying about anything. Very calm chess. Okay, I will have a quick look at girls board also. What's happening in girls? Let me check. Means in women we know this thing that they are also playing today, and Kostyanyuk is playing against Goryachkina, and Mujichuk is playing against Anna is playing against Tan here. So Goryachkina won already her game against Mujichuk last time, and this is like the finals. Okay, means this game is their finals. Whoever is going to win this game, means win this match, that player will be the world chess champion, means women's world chess champion. And the other game which is going on between Anna Mujichuk and Tan, they are fighting for the third place over here. So first and second place will be decided from this game which is going on, Goryachkina and Kostyanyuk. Both of them are from Russia. Yes, happy friendship day to all of you guys, all of you. Chess is the best friend for us. D4 and F6, C4, E6, G3, D5, Bishop G2, DC4. Catalan opening. We are looking at this opening quite constantly in all the top tournaments, we must say. And I am also learning these openings now. I have seen your win video over Padmini Raut, but you played very nicely, sir. Yeah, thank you, Narendra ji. Thank you very much. Knight c6, bishop to e3, knight d5, queen c1, and after queen to c1, here the queen is supporting the bishop over here on e3 square. She captures here, queen into e3, bishop to e7, and now she goes for rook to c1. The pawn on c4 is being attacked. Black cannot really support that pawn. Let's suppose you play b5, then knight e5 will be played, then knight into e5 will be played, and then bishop into a8. Maybe this is a possibility, but I feel like giving up the exchange is not something cool. So maybe that's why she did not save it. She just played the next move, which was castles in this position. Then after rook into c4, bishop to d7, a3 is played, a5. The b4 was one of the ideas in this position. That's why b4 is stopped here. Abhijit Ghosh, yesterday I played, but I played very late. I just played for 1 hour or 10 minutes or something because it was too late. I came live quite late yesterday because I was busy in other things. Knight to b2, knight d2, a4, and then knight e5 comes on the board. Knight goes to a5 square, the rook goes back to c2, bishop to b5, rook e1. Well, I think rook e1 is played in order to free up the queen from the e3 square, because now if the queen is free, then maybe the pawns can push forward. Means this pawn can push forward, and if you are going to play your queen, let's suppose to f4 square or f3 square, something like this, then the pawn on e2 will be hanging in that case. So first of all, Goryachkina supports the pawn on e2 square, and then she is going to move the queen most probably. Here rook a6 is played. Interesting idea, bringing the rook in the game. Maybe rook d6 will be played and attack the pawn on d4 square. h4, she says like, okay, I'm going to play on this side of the board. h4 has been played. Rook to d6, then queen c3 is played, and now c6. Okay, this is the situation on the board right now. Knight is back over here. By playing f6, I think the knight goes back. That is one of the thing. This knight should come in the game somehow. The knight is not having any good squares. b7, c6 is covered, b3, c4 is also covered. So how you are going to bring the knight on a5 is a big question, or the first question you can say in this position. And guys, do like the stream also if you are new here by any chance, and if you are new to the channel, do subscribe to the channel also. Okay, do subscribe to the channel. Okay, after this, do you think that this knight on a5 will be coming back in the game somehow? The only way which I can feel the knight can come is like playing b6 followed by knight b7. This is something which might be happening on the board after some time. Okay, we'll have a quick look at Anna's game also. Anna Mujichuk is playing with the black pieces. 1 2 3 4 5 pawns are there. 1 2 3 4 5 pawns are there. All the pieces are also equal. I think the position looks balanced to me. This looks a very balanced position. What do you think? For me it looks balanced. Okay, we'll have other games also here. Men's World Cups game, we will have a quick look. Bishop b7, and they are still thinking. Okay, Karjakin, okay, they have made some progress. Rook a1, we were around this position. B a5 and rook d1 and rook e8 has been played. Okay, we were talking about this thing only. Rook b8 or rook e8, these are the two options in this position which are there. And now maybe if you capture knight into e4, rook into e4 is the option. Abhijit is saying, Atul bhai, what is the chessable tournament? Well, chessable tournament is the tournament in Magnus Carlsen tour is there, which where every month they conduct one tournament with top players. So chessable means different sponsors are there. So this time chessable is sponsoring, that's why it is named as Chessable Masters tournament, where 3 of the Indian players are playing. So you means they select few players from Norway and few players means top players are there, and then other players will also be there. So as this Chessable is there, it is basically Magnus Carlsen's company, and this is Magnus Carlsen's too. So they send invitations to different top players from different countries, mostly youngsters also. They send invitations and then you play there, and the one who is going to win, they will be winning more than 1 crore rupees prize. So these are like the 12 tournaments in a year which are happening online. So this is one tournament is there, it is a part of this thing. लाइट गई, डाटा भी खत्म होने वाला है. Sharik, no problem, you can watch the streams afterwards. Thanks for being there. Thanks for being there. You're watching it on data. It's a great thing. Thank you very much. So okay, rook to e8, and he's still thinking in this position. I think black is never going to. I saw Abhimanyu Mishra's game yesterday with Hikaru. Yes, he is playing there. Youngsters, as I said, youngsters will be invited there. Sorry, I always forget to put my handkerchief with me. Sorry about that thing. And I always sneeze also. Okay, we'll come back to girls games here. Is women's game. And what opening did they play? I'll just go through the opening. D4 and F6, C4 E6, knight F3 D5, knight C3 this time. Okay, C5, Tarash opening, and CD4, Queen D4, ED5, Bishop to G5, attacking this knight over here. She plays Bishop to E7, E3 has been played, castles, and Bishop to E2, H6, Bishop H4 goes back, then knight to C6, Queen D3. I think white is playing in the spirit of Alap in opening. Okay, this is the reversed variation of Alap in opening. I'll show you the same exact position. Will you remember this position? Yeah, Champions Chess Tour. Will you remember this thing? Will you remember this thing? This position can it can be looked at from the other side also. Abhinyamanyu blundered the bishop and lost the game to Akbar. It was a tough game, but so good to see 12 years old GM play. Yeah, definitely he is one. Are you now in your office or home? Well, I'm always in my office. Office means my home is my office. Means I have my room over here. Room means my office is there in my house only. So it's like home office. Well, this identical position can be achieved with other move order also. Means from black side, I'll just show you. The Alap invariation is it is called as the Alap invariation. If you start with e4 move, okay, they are not allowing me to play e4. Okay, I think the first move you cannot play. Other moves you can definitely start playing. If they say like, okay, start with only one move only. I don't understand why they are not allowing, but it's in allowing position, this kind of position happens. E3 castles, bishop E2, H6, bishop to H4, knight C6, queen D3, queen B6, castle, rook to D8, then bishop into F6, bishop into F6, knight into D5. One pawn is gone, but you just quickly capture the pawn back, knight into F6, queen into F6, then queen to B5, B6, and then rook C1. This is something which is there on the board. And after this, she played bishop B7, rook C4, trying to get the rook in the game via rook lift, and rook D6, rook F4. That's what she played. Queen E7. See, always remember this thing. The talk about the rook lift is a very interesting factor which you should not forget about. Do you like Budapest Gambit, sir? Well, I'm not a big fan of Budapest Gambit from black side. It is a possibility if you want to play something tricky in your game. It is a possibility, good possibility, I must say. Okay, rook D8, and she exchanged some pieces over here. Bishop C8 has been played, and now the game is going on, right? Okay, this is the equal position where, okay, knight into C3. Finally, Karjakin finally captures the knight on C3. The knight on C3 was being captured since long time, but they did not go for this thing. And now queen into C3 will be played most probably, because you won't like bishop B into C3, because if you play B into C3, your pawn structure will be little bit damaged. Maybe you can play C4 after some time, but if you play this, he can stop it with queen to C4, I guess so. But then, okay, rook D4 is also coming. Maybe BC3 is also possible. It's a possible thing, but I will prefer to play queen into C3. But because after this capture, the thing is that we will be attacking this pawn, we will be attacking this pawn also on C6, or we can even go for rook C5 and at least threaten to capture the pawn on A5 square. This is also something which is there on the board. And well, in the game BC3 is played, Fedoseev says like, okay, I'm going to push my pawn forward. That might be his idea in this position to neutralize the situation. After he plays that thing, the pawn on C6 will be one of the weakness, and then white can try to bring the king up. And if the queens are also exchanged in this position, I think white might get some slight chances to pressurize the pawn on C6. But it is like the mutual chances there. Black is also having quite number of chances to survive in the game, so no problem for him. No problem for him. Don't forget to like the stream also. Okay, and you can be the part of the tournament which is going to happen on 8th of August. Okay, I hope that most of you must have already registered for the tournament, but for the people who have not registered until now, they can be the part of the tournament. And the entry fee is there now, 250 rupees, but it's not that big. Yeah, I'm having a little bit cold today. Take a good care. It seems seasonal cold. Yeah, because outside it's raining sometimes it is very hot, so that's why this kind of thing is there. But otherwise I'm good. Means my voice is also a little bit changed. Means I don't know whether you can understand, but I can understand. While talking, I feel different now, because constantly something is coming up here. Parag, good evening, Parag, good to have you here. Okay, let's think about the position. What will black play? I think black can go for something like queen c4. That should be equal. Cold is your old problem. Please get it cured properly and permanently, sir. Yeah, cold is a problem for me, but now it is not that much. But previously it was too much, and I now keep my room and my surrounding quite clean. Maybe I have some dust allergy. That is also one of the things why I always get the cold. Means wherever dust is there, I can stand for more than 10-15 minutes. I start sneezing whenever there is dust, so I need to keep everything clean. Means every day I clean at least my room where I sit. I clean my room, nothing else. It helps me. Carlsen Duda, yes, Carlsen Duda we will be looking at. Carlsen Duda, they are not playing since long time. Means first Duda, means Carlsen thought for half an hour. Now Duda is thinking for half an hour, and they're just thinking and thinking and thinking. Here Carlsen is thinking because d5 is a possibility which can be played since long time, because d5 and bishop into f2, king into f2, and then he will capture c into d5. We already looked at this position. They are just thinking. I don't understand whether what he is thinking. Maybe Carlsen is thinking whether to go for this endgame or not, where he will be piece up. Means I'll just show you the piece up position: bishop into f2, king into f2, cd5. This position Carlsen must be thinking, because he is having piece up position, but opponent's pawns are there, and we cannot really neglect the pawns, correct? Because this bishop is also there on the board, and by mistake if this bishop gets opened up and black gets some counterplay, then Carlsen will be in trouble. And another factor is also there, which we should never forget, that two knights are not sufficient material, okay, to checkmate your opponent. So in the end game, if the pawns are all the pawns are exchanged, all the pieces are exchanged, even if white has two knights on the board, still the game will be drawn. So the chances are quite high to draw the game. But okay, he might be thinking about this thing only, whether to go for this thing or not. So that's why he's thinking since long time. Guys, today we will be streaming about our Indian players. Okay, we'll be streaming about that also. Our Indian players are playing in Chessable Masters tournament. I hope you are aware of that thing. Yesterday also I streamed for it for a while, but today we will try to cover up till the end. Two knights are not drawn, sir, right? Two knights are drawn if there is no other material on the board. If only two knights are there, then the game is drawn. Then the game is drawn for sure. Means all the opponent side, means the side which is having only one king, it should just pay attention to one thing, that never go into the corner. If you go into the corner, then the chances of checkmating are there. But if you don't go into the corner, then okay, the game will be drawn for sure. 100% draw. Two knights can never checkmate a lonely king, no matter what you do. Means even Carlsen cannot do it. Nobody in the world can do it. Okay, if the side which is having a king, if it is having one extra pawn, then maybe checkmating possibilities are there. Why Carlsen allowed the Das bishop on h4 square? Well, it was captured, no? Means this was the position where here it was the position knight d5 was played, and after knight d5, bishop into d5, bishop into h4 was played. Okay, here Ajwain, long गोल मिर्च एंड कापूर का पोटली बनाकर सूंघिए और एयर टाइट बॉक्स में रखकर बीच बीच में सूंघते रहिए सर. Okay, I'll do that thing. I'll just copy paste your message in my notepad so that I will not forget about this thing. First of all, let me do that thing. Just 1 minute. Just copying. Okay, I have copied it and saved also. Cold treatment. Okay, I have written it now. Cold treatment. So that's why the bishop came on the h4 square, and this is the situation on the board, and he's thinking in this situation. d5 has been played or not? d5 has been played. Seriously, I'll just refresh the page. I don't think so. d5 and bishop f6 happened on the board. Yeah, it did not happen on the board. Oh, it did not happen. Group b8, knight into h4 was played. What? The position is completely different. We were thinking about completely different situation only. Queen c4, queen g5, queen g5, h5. Means we did not refresh the page. That's why there were some changes and we did not see it. Actually, in the game, knight into h4 was played. Oh, come on. We were thinking out something else. In this position, we were thinking out b3. Means there was some technical issue, I guess so, because I was on the right position only. I checked out this position many times. I'll again refresh the page if there is any flaw in the calculation, because yeah, that's true. Like he will not give up the piece just like that, right? So queen into h4, b3. Now, okay, this is what he played. Rook b8. He did not play b3 move. He played knight into h4, queen into h4, b3 now. And now rook d8, queen into c6, pawn came here, and okay, they exchanged the pieces over here. And now this looks kind of okay position. Black is having slightly worse pawn structure, but I think it is manageable. It is manageable. The only other good thing which I feel is that we can play knight to a4 square followed by knight to c5. Knight a4, knight c5 is there. Nirmal is also here. Atulji, namaste. A7 and C pawns are vulnerable. Yes, exactly. That is true. But from white side, if you see, the d4 pawn is also a weakness. Correct? So black would like to put some pressure on d4 pawn after some time for sure. That's what I feel. What do you think? I'll drink some water also. You let me know. What do you think about the situation? Chase Kharagpur, क्या बात है? You're like watching the stream for so long. Kharagpur is very far from my place. Means thank you very much. Namaskar. Rook e5 is possible. Yeah, rook e5 is a possibility. The idea of rook e5 can be to attack the pawn over here, and then you can play rook c5. But one thing is there, you have to take care of the rook on d1 in that case. Whenever you move your rook, the d1 rook will be alone. So personally, I will prefer to go with the knight on c5 square. This is something, but in that case also bishop will be having a good spot on d5 square. So it is double-edged situation, I must say. Means you cannot really be sure about this thing, what should be played. Yes, isolated d pawn is there. Yes, that's something is there. Hello Udit, good to have you here. Udit, good to have you here. Udit, yesterday we couldn't play, but it was nice short stream, I must say. Short stream, we had a short stream and it was good. Like that only we will be having some short streams for next 1 month now, and I will be streaming for longer hours for online Olympiad, which will be happening in the September month. Means it will be online or offline, we'll see. Prashant, hello Prashant, good to have you here. Bishop b7 is well played. Knight e4 attacks g5. If f6 played, then e6 will be a weak pawn. Yes, of course, if f6 is played, e6 will just fall on the board. So that's why he plays bishop d5. He says like, okay, if you capture here, I can capture with the rook, and then still the d4 pawn will be a weakness on the board. Do like the stream, guys. Whoever is coming, do like the stream and subscribe to the channel also if you are new here. So what I was saying is we will be having the stream, of course, but not for too many long hours. Not for too many long hours. Sir, but I put me in time. That isn't fair to do with a regular viewer. Well, I don't moderate all the chat. There are mods are there who means on our chat. I'll tell you one thing, Udit. Means mods are always somebody is always there, but mods don't talk here. They just do the things. Maybe you yesterday you were uh, talking the same thing again and again. That's why maybe you were put on timeout, nothing else. Don't feel bad about it. I know, like, it happens, mods take the decision, and I was playing yesterday, I was busy playing, right? This position is very favorable for Carlsen. Carlsen is number one rook endgame player. Yeah, but okay, this is a favorable position, I agree, but black is also a very strong player. Duda is also a very strong player. You must understand this thing also. Slight advantage, yeah, because white is slightly better because of the pawn structure. Look at this. These two pawns are doubled, plus these two pawns are also weak. So if you look at the position, only one weakness is there from white side. Okay, only d5 or d4 pawn is the only one weakness in the position. So that's the reason computer feels means this bar, you mean to say, it feels that white is slightly better because of these things, nothing else, because of some weaknesses in black's camp. Rook e5 attacking g5 is not that good, I think so. Rook e5, then f6 will be played, and followed by king will come on f7 square. So I don't think so Magnus will go for such a move where opponent's pawns and pieces will be coming in the game. Means I feel like that. Means this is not that much. Even if you go back, king f7 will be played. I think Magnus may not go for this thing. May not. He might play something like f3 to get his king in the game, because the end game is almost approaching and king will be very useful in the center of the board. This might be played after some time. This is what I feel here. Okay, we will have a quick look at other girls games also. They are also playing here, and we should pay attention to girls also. h3, bishop to c8, knight h4, rook to f6 is played, and now the position is going on here on the board. What's going to happen? Who do you think will win? Can you just give your opinion, like your prediction? Will Anna Mujichuk win because she's fighting for the third place? Also, Chinese player Tan is also playing. She's also fighting for the third place. Who do you think will win? Anna Mujichuk or Tan Zhongyi? On the top board, means their final board, you can say Goryachkina is playing against her teammate, or the countrymate, you can say Kostyuniuk. Sir, you can cover BL2. Nihal is playing in that. Yes. We will check out the BL's game also. Let me check. Where is Nihal playing? Let me check. BL Masters. Okay, the games are over already. So new games. Let's check it out. BL Open. BL Masters. Okay, these games are going on. Yeah, true. BL Nihal is playing in BL. Okay, Nihal's games are not going on, I think so. But other players are there who are playing. Blair Masters 2021. And okay, we can have a quick look at other games. Means these games we can have a quick look. Mulli Karthikeyan is playing against Sethuraman SP. Both are Indians. And on the top board, Pavel Injano is playing against R. Pragnananda. They are playing against here. Prag is there. Yes, Prag is there. Prag has utilized so much of time. He is having only 17 minutes on the clock. Okay, let's go through the game. E4, C5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, e6, castles, knight d4, and he captures c3 is played. Bishop to c5, b4, bishop a7, bishop b2, queen f6, knight a3, knight e7, knight c4, knight c6, b5. Wow, nice move. The idea is like if you capture, then knight d6 check and knight into b5 will be played. This might be one of the ideas. Knight into e5, knight d6 check, king f8, queen to e2, Knight g6, g3, bishop to c5, knight into c8, rook into c8, and b into a6, b into a6, bishop into a6. Oh, Prag has lost the pawn. Prag has lost the pawn over here on this side of the board. I think Prag is in trouble also, because white is having two bishops. We know this thing that when two bishops are there, the positions are usually considered as good. Plus he has lost one pawn. The pawn will be proceeding forward very soon, and the d4 pawn is also a weakness, followed by, I don't know, means this position looks good. This position definitely looks from white side. What's your take? What's your take? SL Naran is playing, Gukesh is playing, Ronak Sadhwan is also playing over here. Yeah, his king, whose king is Ganguly is also playing over here against Tamas Banus, grandmaster from I think he's from, which country is this? Hungary. Yeah, he's from Hungary. Ganguly's king is in the center, like almost there in the center of the board. How did he get that king there? I'm slightly surprised here from the sir. Okay, let's go through the game. What happened in Ganguly's game? b3. Oh, interesting. He captured here. Rook to c1, d4, and a6. Okay, knight came up here. Knight d6, bishop c3, bishop b4, and h4. Oh, like this. He is running away. Okay, he is running away on this side of the board. This is what happened, because black got so much of play on this side of the board. That's why Ganguly decided to get the king on the other side of the board, where the king looks more safe. The king looks more safe on this side of the board. But black looks better to me, because this knight on d5 is a very strongly placed knight, and the e3 pawn is also a weakness. Means wherever you want, you can attack the pawn on e3. Plus rook will also be coming on the f3 square, so we will be putting more pressure on e3 square. So it feels good position. It feels good position for me from black side, right? That's what I feel. Gukesh is also playing. Oh wow, two friends are playing against each other. They play against each other almost in each and every tournament. d4 and f6, knight f3, e6, bishop f4, d5, e3, bishop d6, knight d2, castle c e3, c5, bishop to g3, queen c7, and okay. This is the London system which Abhimanyu has played. g4. Wow, if we capture here, knight into g4, then I think he's just going to attack with knight g5, attacking here. If h6 is played, then queen into g4. You cannot really capture here because of obvious move, queen to h5, and there will be so many threats. If f6 is played in this position, then the bishop will come here, bishop to g6, and the checkmate will happen on h7 square. This is something which might be played. So let's come back to this game. Rook to e5 has been played. I'll just refresh the page once. What did they play? Okay, f6, knight into d5. Seriously, why will he play this move? Knight into d5. Oh, okay, he wants to play knight e7 check, followed by knight to c6, and then he can capture the pieces on b8 and d8. That is something which might be played on the board. Okay, so guys, I think like these games are going to go for a long duration of time, and I will have some food now, and I'll be meeting you next time. Now after some time, I'll meet you for sure, because the games are quite long, and I'll meet you after some time. Okay, thank you very much for joining. It was good to have all of you here, and we will meet very soon. Like this only, we will be having short streams, means not like 4 hours 5 hours stream, but we'll be having 1 hour or 1.5 hour streams. So I'll try to stream, and I will put the videos also every single day, so do check out the videos from tomorrow. We'll mostly have videos, so I hope that you will watch the videos. Would you like to watch the videos also? Because I know this thing that live streams people don't watch after some days. Maybe for 1 or 2 days they watch, but after days then it becomes boring, right? So we will we will do this thing. We will have some more videos which will be more shorter, means around 10 minutes videos. And yes, Prashant, I will try it, because Prashant, the thing is that I have classes till 6 o'clock, sometimes 6:30. I cannot leave my classes, right? Because from just YouTube is not my profession. I need to do the classes also, so you can understand. I hope so. So to be the part of the tournament which we will be conducting, don't forget to register for the tournament. Okay, don't forget to do that thing, and we'll definitely try to meet more often. And do subscribe to the channel also. See you then. See you. Bye bye.